Today we're going to learn how to edit with Adobe Premiere Pro. It may look intimidating, but for most projects this is a super simple program to use and will allow you to grow as an editor when you do want to move on and add in more effects. For our ENN students, if you're watching this, first go and download the Places You'll Go folder from Google Drive. Now, let's open up Premiere. This is your start screen. We're going to begin by choosing to create a new project and give your project a name. Now you've got this screen with 4 empty windows. There's a lot of information here, so let's take it one step at a time. For just starting out, there's a lot here you don't need to worry about just yet. First things first though, if this is your first time in Premiere, it might have opened up to the Learning tab. There are some great lessons here, so feel free to give them a go when you get a chance. What we're going to be focused on today is the Editing tab. Just give it a click and the Learning panel goes away. Now you have your basic editing setup. So what's up with these different windows? Let's take them one at a time. First, the lower left window is where your raw video will live. You can see there are also tabs up at the top of this window that give you some different options, including one of those will be for extra effects, but let's not get ahead of ourselves and not worry about that just yet. First, we need some raw video. There are a few ways you can import video into Premiere. You can click File and scroll down to Import. You can also right-click on a PC and select Import, or you can just go to the folder where your video lives on your computer and drag and drop it into Premiere. For now, let's go with File, Import. Here you can select multiple files, so try to grab everything you need in the first go-around. It's not the end of the world if you don't. It will just make organization easier. Once all those files are inside Premiere, you can choose how they look. Now this is entirely up to you. If you like seeing a thumbnail of your video clips, do that. If your files are labeled so you know that's exactly the way you want them, maybe List View will work for you. Again, entirely up to you. The next thing you need to do is create a sequence. There is one very easy way to do this. In fact, it's so easy I'm not even going to show you the other ways to do it. Select one of your video clips. Just click on it, or in our case it's a picture. Then click on it, drag it into the sequence. Boom, there is your sequence. And the settings of that sequence will match that clip that you've chosen. If you are editing video shot on different cameras or at different levels of quality, the program will warn you when you try to edit those in. Just make sure that if that happens, you select the option that keeps your sequence settings the way they are when you first created them from that initial clip. Now that you have a clip in your sequence, select that clip and hit delete. Don't worry, your sequence will stay the same. However, now would be a good time to go ahead and rename that sequence. You'll find it alongside your clips in that raw video window. Double-click it, rename it. Renaming it now will save you a headache later, trust me. So what's next? Well, just like any editing project, it's time to A-roll the package. A-roll and B-roll are editing terms that just refer to the order of putting together a video package. Think of A-roll as the skeleton of the story and the B-roll as the body or the parts that make it look nice. We want to always try and do things in order because it will help with your workflow and will help you keep track of clips you've used. With this project, we don't need to worry about that too much, but if you learn good habits now, it will save you time down the road. For the A-roll on this project, we just have the one audio track and there are no interview sound bites. For other projects, you may need to go back and forth between your audio track and your interview clips. But let's start simple. You can click on the audio track and drag it up to the upper left-hand box. You can also double-click on anything in this raw video bin to achieve the same result. This upper left-hand box is where you will view what's in your raw video clips, and it's called your source monitor. For an audio file, you'll only see the waveform, which is the visual representation of an audio file. But editing audio and video require the same commands. You just need to tell the computer where in that clip you want to start and where you want to stop. You might be tempted to just put this whole audio clip down in your timeline, but don't. I didn't make it that easy. There are starts and stops to the track that you'll want to cut out and trim. So let's get started. If you mouse over each of the controls, you'll get a description of what they do. Some are obvious, like the play button, and to each side is a step forward or backwards 1 frame. So let's start by playing the audio file. In 3, 2. Congratulations! The first thing you'll hear is the countdown. You'll hear other countdowns throughout this. We don't want to hear those in the final project. So select a spot right after you hear the 2 and right before the first word begins the narration. Congratulations! Today is your day. Now once you find that right spot, click this button right here. It's a left bracket, and that's your Mark In button. That tells the program this is where you want to start the clip. Now click the play button and listen until the track stops or the narrator messes up. Congratulations! Today is your day. You're off to great places. You're off and away. You have brains in your head. You have feet in your shoes. You can steer yourself any direction you choose. You're on your own and you know what you know. And you are the guy who'll... 3, 2... And you'll find that about 20 seconds in, there's a flub. So you want to listen to where that retrack begins, then back up and find the last little bit of good audio. In this case, the last good line ends with "you know what you know." So play through that and stop right after that line is finished. Now click the right bracket, which is the Mark Out button. Now you've selected this part of audio, and it's time to tell Adobe how you want to get it from the source window to your sequence. Just to the right of your play and step forward buttons are these 2 buttons. At this point, either of these 2 buttons will work for you, but they are different, so let's take a look at them. The first one shows 2 tiny boxes and a third box trying to wedge itself in between them. This is the insert function. This will insert the clip you just made into your sequence. Since we don't have anything in there yet, this will just be the first clip. Insert is good if you need to fit in something that you forgot about. Maybe you accidentally skipped a track or a sound bite and you want to put it back in without redoing everything you've worked on. However, if you've got a music bed playing under your piece, you may find that insert cuts up that track and causes you some headaches, so be careful with it. If you're A-rolling off a script and are careful to follow that script, it's just fine to use. The second button looks like a tiny box that is being overlaid on a long rectangle. This is the Overwrite button. Overwrite editing takes whatever you've selected in your source window and places it over whatever is already in your timeline, essentially deleting what was there and replacing it with what you've selected. Because there isn't anything in our timeline yet, this too will work for right now. Down the road in your project, you will want to be careful about using this, because if you've set an endpoint in the wrong spot, you could delete over something you didn't want to get rid of. For now, let's just hit Overwrite and put that first bit of track down on the timeline. Now you'll see that your timeline has something on it again, and up above the timeline window you've got black in your program window. That's because so far there is no video with this audio track. We'll get to that later. For your second edit, go find the next selection of audio in your source window. Okay, you've got the in and out set on that now, so it's time to either insert or overwrite. Before you make the edit, make sure your spot on your timeline hasn't changed. If you haven't moved anything, you can go ahead and do either of these edits. But what if you left your timeline cursor in the middle of the track and hit insert? See, everything looks a little out of whack. Don't worry, hit Ctrl+Z to undo. Try it again with your cursor in the wrong spot using overwrite. See, again, you've lost half of that first track. Again, don't worry, Ctrl+Z undoes almost every screw up. To make sure you are always editing where you want, set an endpoint in your timeline. The buttons look the same. Just go to the spot on your timeline where you want the next edit to be and click Mark In. Then you can either insert or overwrite to put your next clip on that timeline. Now that you have that down, all you have to do is repeat the process. I'll speed up the rest of this in the video so we can get along to the next section, B-roll. Our B-roll for this story is still images from the book, Oh, the Places You'll Go. To begin B-rolling, it's the same process as we started with. Click and drag or double-click on the first page. This will put it in the source window. We're going to treat this as if it were moving video first, then I'll show you a shortcut that you can use with still images that will save you a lot of time. Go ahead and read over that first page and you'll see that it ends with the first part of the second track. Right now we're going to use the mark in and mark out in reverse. This time we want to tell the program which part of the audio to cover on our sequence. So in that timeline or sequence window, go to the beginning of the sequence and select Mark In. Then go to the spot in the audio where the words of the first page end and click Mark Out. Make sure V1 or Video Track 1 is selected and your A1 or audio lines are deselected. You should see a highlighted section just over your selection. Now, in your source window, click Mark In at the beginning of that clip. This is where you need to use Overwrite. Insert editing will not work here, so go ahead and click Overwrite. And up pops a warning box saying you don't have enough video to fill the entire selection. What to do? If this was video and you had more in the clip, you could just go back and put a mark in and out for exactly the same links as the selection you made on your sequence. Or if you're confident the video is good either before or after the in point and out point you have selected, you could just tell the computer to ignore the source in point. Because this is a still image, we're going to go with another option called Fit to Fill or Change the Clip Speed. With video, this will either create really fast or really slow video, but with still pictures, it isn't a concern. Select Change Clip Speed and hit OK. Now your edit is made. One of my favorite Adobe features is something that can take a little getting used to. I know it did for me, but for still images, it is really helpful. For page 2, instead of clicking and dragging it into the source window, just click it once in that project window and then drag it onto the timeline and position it so it snaps to the end of the last video edit you made. Now listen to your audio on the sequence and find the spot where page 2 ends and leave your timeline cursor there. Now go to the page 2 clip on the timeline, and as you hover over the end of the clip, you'll see a red bracket with an arrow. Click once and hold, and you can drag that clip to extend all the way to the spot you've stopped on the timeline. It should snap right to that exact spot. So either using Mark In and Mark Out or dragging clips and resizing them, you can finish this project. And those are the basics of editing in Premiere. In our next video, we're going to show you how to make this project look a little nicer by playing with some effects. That's all for now. Happy editing.